Musk addressed the issue of our carbon emissions during a conference he attended. During the talk, he claimed that we are taking billions of tons of carbon buried for hundreds of millions of years and are not part of the carbon cycle and adding it to our current common cycle, which perhaps is dangerous. But now have no fear, for Elon Musk does have a solution to the problem of global warming, which is threatening to destroy our planet and the ecosystems that live on it. We will enlighten you on the carbon capture system that Musk has invented in this video today. Welcome, and you are watching Technology Zone, where the home of technology resides. Be sure to stay tuned until the very end, as we have saved the reveal of the mysterious motivation for Musk's work on this carbon capture technology. The hypothesis that humans are causing climate change is now something that almost all of us are familiar with. The carbon cycle in the ecosystem was set up in this way because of human activities, and because carbon is a valuable and necessary component, the presence of this element in our surroundings is guaranteed. The production and consumption of carbon are both parts of a natural cycle. One example of this cycle is the process by which plants turn CO2 into oxygen that other organisms may breathe. By extracting more carbon from the earth, we have fouled up an otherwise peaceful cycle. This occurrence was not a part of the typical pattern at all. As a direct consequence of this, the number of carbon emissions has skyrocketed. Geology allows the measurement of the amount of carbon present in the atmosphere across a significant section of the history of Earth. We are able to gather samples from parts of the world such as Antarctica the humans have directly impacted. We know that the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere has consistently been about 280 parts per million over the last few thousand years. As a result of our more significant use of mass fire, the number started to climb rapidly, reaching 300 in the year 1800. In the year 1900, the graph reached what was effectively its highest point ever recorded. One of the primary causes was that people were slaughtering whales in large numbers in order to get their oil and then burn it. About 400 bits per million of carbon dioxide were released into the atmosphere before mankind learned how to burn fossil fuels. Approximately 45 billion tons of carbon dioxide are released into the atmosphere yearly due to human activity. On the other hand, we often discuss transitioning to more sustainable and renewable forms of energy, as well as reducing our overall carbon footprint. The fact of the matter is that we are creating more carbon than at any other time in history. And the only thing we are doing right now is waiting to see what kind of effect this is going to have on the community, the atmosphere, and the environment. Elon Musk described this endeavor as the most ridiculous attempt in the history of humankind. It's possible that's why he came up with the idea for this method to trap carbon. For this purpose, carbon capture technology is very necessary. It is not enough to just cut carbon emissions or reach the point where there are no emissions at all in order to repair the damage effectively. If we want to be successful, we need to adopt a generally pessimistic outlook. There is no logical reason why life cannot continue to exist on Earth, perhaps within 1 million years after our efforts. Elon is providing a donation of $100 million to support the research and innovation of carbon capture as a result of this hypothetical scenario in which we simultaneously create renewable energy sources and lower collective carbon footprint. Nobody else in the billionaire class gives as much money to a cause. As a result, the objective of the X Prize is to motivate groups of scientists and researchers to develop carbon capture prototypes that really operate. They need a technology that has the capacity to actively remove 1 kiloton of carbon from the atmosphere each year, which is mathematically speaking, is equivalent to 1,000 tons. The winning team will get $50 million, which will allow them to scale that model up to the gigaton level. Putting together a notion is not too difficult. As Elon Musk emphasizes over and again, implementing it on a massive scale has several challenges, and the construction of anything like this cannot be completed in a single day. Because of this, the remaining $50 million will be given to the 3 runners-up to help them improve their positions. Because the competition lasted longer than 4 years, the winner won't be revealed until the year 2025, when the results are tallied. Before we continue, if you got hooked with our topic today, consider giving us a like and subscribe to our channel. It is possible that lowering carbon output via the use of technology that captures carbon will be essential in the fight against global warming. Gathering carbon dioxide from power plants and other types of heavy industry is a part of this process. This covers the manufacture of steel and concrete, transfer of such substance, and subsequently absorption of said substance below the surface. In this video, we analyze how carbon capture systems work as well as the potential benefits of using them. Initially, carbon dioxide is separated from the many other gases produced as a byproduct of industrial processes. After that, the carbon dioxide is compressed and transported by pipelines, ships, or other forms of conveyance to a site where it will be stored. Last but not least, carbon dioxide is released into underground formations of rock for prolonged storage. Carbon emissions might be stored in saline aquifers too, or in depleted gas and oil reservoirs, both of which are examples of possible storage places. They predominantly need to be at least 1 kilometer and 6,200 feet below the surface. For example, a salty aquifer with a catchy name Endurance may be found in the southern part of the North Sea. It is around 90 kilometers away from the coast. It is being investigated as a potential storage place for the Zero Carbon Hunger project being developed in the UK. Endurance is capable of storing vast amounts of carbon dioxide. It is situated approximately 1 mile below the surface of the water. In a manner comparable to this, additional significant carbon installations in the United States include the Citronelle project in the state of Alabama. Approximately 1.8 miles is the depth that is reached when one visits this pumping location for a salt reservoir. There is no question that Elon Musk is concerned about putting a stop to climate change and protecting the environment. We are aware that Elon is thinking about Mars as a potential fallback location for humanity. Despite the fact that even a giant rocket-life ship could only take enough fuel to transport us to Mars and dwell there, Elon argues that the atmosphere on Mars is around 80% oxygen and 20% methane. After then, the fuel in the rocket runs out, and there is no chance of another launch into orbit. The situ resource collection has samples of methane that were collected from Mars. This is among the primary justifications of SpaceX's decision to use it as a rocket fuel for their spaceship. However, there is no straightforward method for the extraction of methane gas. Hydrogen and carbon combine to form the molecular structure of the chemical compound known as methane. Also, we are taught that there is ice and water on Mars. We also know that water is formed when oxygen and hydrogen are chemically bonded. Electrolysis is a method that is often used on Earth at present time for the purpose of separating hydrogen and oxygen, which is a pretty clever solution. Elon Musk is making use of the resources that already exist on the Earth in order to reduce the strain of transporting everything to the designated location. In such a predicament, the majority of people would not think that way. Now, we are in possession of both hydrogen and oxygen. Because of oxygen, we are able to breathe, and oxygen also assists us in producing methane. The only thing that remains to be done is to combine our carbon and hydrogen. Mars has an environment that is mainly composed of carbon dioxide, despite the fact that it is pretty thin. Simply through direct air carbon capture. You guessed it! If Elon Musk could choose between saving the Earth and refueling his rocket to Mars, which would he choose? It's a win-win situation if he can make both of those things happen. At the end of the day, all we can do is hold out our hopes that the rest of the world will comprehend and back Elon Musk's concepts, although there will always be individuals who oppose him. What are your thoughts on whether or not Elon Musk is creating this technology for the welfare of our planet or for his own self-interest in getting to Mars? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments area below. If you found this video informative and exciting, consider giving it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, hit that notification bell to be constantly updated with our upcoming videos. You can visit our channel for more content of the likes. And again, this is the Technology Zone, and see you guys in the next one.